So we'll see what happens. Some of my fans are on Sam's broadcast. We're on, let's shut this just to be safe. Buck is watching someone else. All right. That tooth is bothering me a little bit. Blacked out for a moment. Let me refresh this. I found that it'll fail sometimes. It's not coming in. That was weird. We're going to take a look at Sam. Screen share again. Sam lost his voice again. I will refresh every few minutes. Didn't take my chat, but we'll refresh every few. Okay, it took it twice. That was weird. Let's put on Sam's. Wait. We don't have to do that. I'll refresh every few minutes in case I miss, which it might be missing now. Hello to Fire and Alan. Are the servers okay? Can you hear me all right? It showed two people all of a sudden at the same time. Something's wrong with YouNow today. Can you hear me? Can you hear my speaking? 10 from Alan. Okay. YouNow is extra weird today. I saw Buck was, yeah, Alan says also. I saw Buck is in another chat somewhere. If he comes in later, he asked me about a story. Yes. I had to type in something twice at the beginning. When I typed it in, it didn't take it, and then it took it after I typed in a second time, which was weird. Usually doesn't do that. It's doing different weird things. Other people were having trouble. I wasn't watching much. I'm going to wait for Buck to come in, maybe. He requested a research/story. Oh, it looked like Fire left. Well, it's me and Alan Poe again. And you like that nasty cat story. Watching Joe Biden is like watching a movie about an Edgar Allan Poe story to me. He's grinning. He often looks like a terribly senile old fool. But just my opinion, but no other people's opinion. DV Kid says he's maybe in the last month of dementia. I don't know. But what Buck and Fire left without any likes. It's okay. Buck requested I tell him about 2525, the year 2525. So I did some remote viewing, which the CIA has apparently done a lot of. I've talked about this. About 6 months ago, I did a couple of in-depth reports/stories about even three, about the remote viewing. There's this Richard Allgeier on Rents who says he's deep into it. He has a website. But anyway, I looked at it's 2525 or later on the world. I got some information. It's interesting. It's like one possible future. And if Buck comes in today, I have no control over if Buck comes in. Maybe he came in and I didn't see him. And how am I doing? I'm not doing great. I just saw your question. I don't see Buck. Okay, he was watching someone else earlier. Not too long ago. Maybe he'll come in here. If you're in here, Buck, and I don't see you, make a quick comment. So I don't want to tell the story without Buck here, because then I'd have to tell it twice. But if he shows up, looks like Alan Poe left. Let's see if you're still here. You appear to have been gone, to have left. That's all right. I got something else to do. In fact, let's put on the sound. It's 1 minute to... Oh, you're still here? I tried to bring you up. Okay, you popped in and out. Hey, you can be a guest. You don't have to. It's just a courtesy I extend to a lot of people. Uh, I made a funny tweet. I thought. Let me show you the funny tweet. I thought it was funny. Uh, okay, this tweet went out. Okay. Um, and fire is back. Okay. I don't know if it was intentional or not. It's okay. Let me tell you this funny tweet. On Mike Rivero today, Republic earlier, he's just ending, although I'm not listening. He's on 2 hours daily. He reports that, I don't know, was it 1,700, including women, people who lost their hair after getting a shot. So I made a comment on Twitter. I don't know if I can expand it. Yeah, I did expand it. Hearing now that if I get a shot, I may get bald. BALLED. I said, although pre existing conditions may cause my death in 3 weeks, at least I could go out happy. Anyway, I thought it was funny. It's probably not too funny. I thought it was pretty funny myself. Fire went out. I guess he's looking for Buck. It's all right. I get, or he just didn't appreciate my tweet, but I don't think that was it. And so let's go back to the. Let me go back to this list. Yeah, when you get a flu shot, do you worry about the people who did not get it? He said, "Low." I thought it was a funny tweet, but it came to me immediately, so I put it up there. Because I have heard girls talk about bald, and I didn't know what. A long time ago, I didn't know if they meant BALED or BALD. They were talking about guys and going bald or something. Yeah. And I did I did a couple of them. I don't know why I thought of it. I did the old rabbit joke. I said, I was in a store and the fellow was saying he flushed a rabbit. And I was thinking that, boy, that would really stop up the John if he flushed a rabbit. So, I don't know. I thought it was okay. So Biden is just a terrible joke. He's with Johnson, and I don't know. The news in California is they stole that election. That elder guy or whoever, he will not have a chance. No way Gruesome Newsom withstood the recall. I predicted that yesterday, that it would be. I didn't say he would win. I said it would be stolen. And some of my people are in Cali. You don't have to tell me. I forget if you told me where you were. We were talking about Alan Poe, I know. And I said, quote the Raven, nevermore. That's what and I did, when I was in my 20s, I kind of looked through some of the stuff. We didn't have an internet yet. But for my friends from Cali, I saw a CNN clip, and then I had to shut down this broadcast. If you put a CNN clip on YouTube and criticize them or say anything they don't like on YouTube or CNN, they can start to block your account with a copyright strike. It's not a legal copyright strike, but they're saying, "Oh, you stole our copyright." It's just I've seen it done a lot. Okay, Knox. Okay, yeah, World's Fair. Yeah, I mentioned the World's Fair. So, but I didn't. I remember talking to you about the town, but I didn't remember. Now I do. 1982, I was around there one night when I was across country driving. driving across the whole country. So the reason, so I was looking at the scene, so I had to shut off this. We're also on YouTube right now. I should be I'll look later, guys. If you're on YouTube, I'll check, and Sam is all screwed up today. I was looking at it earlier. So, but the YouTube, which I shut off, CNN had someone tweeted it. I didn't look at CNN. Someone tweeted a news clip, and I'll tell you what I saw. They had Newsom, in other words, he votes no, he wins. 2-1 were no to yes. Yes was for the recall to get Newsom out. No was to keep him. And I looked, and it said like 52%, just over half votes were in, and it's on the CNN clip, and someone retweeted it, and he was ahead 2-1, and then it was up to 70%. So the total returns went from 52% to 70% on the CNN news screen. And I looked, he still had the same amount of no's, but now he had 2.5 times as many. They took away 400,000 yes votes for the recall. It went from 2.2 million to 1.8 million. And the yeses didn't go up, but it said 70% was in. It was a total joke. Obviously fixed. Assuming that, I have no reason to doubt that video of CNN. And I don't like Newsom. I have friends and relatives in California. I'm not in touch with any, but one just moved to Oregon. A friend, Haley. I'm not in touch with any other. I have relatives and friends, as I say out there. I'm not in touch with any of them. But Haley didn't seem to mind Newsom. She's liberal leaning. She's my age. She's liberal leaning. Hi, Joey. I see you came up. I mean, it listed you. You left already. Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe. If there's a delay in the person coming up, often by the time I notice them, they're gone. That's the way it is. And she didn't seem to mind gruesome Newsom, but she moved out of the state. So, but she didn't she moved to Portland, which isn't much of I didn't think it was good to move to. She moved from San Fran to Portland. I haven't been to San Fran, I've been to LA. And I didn't go to Disneyland out there. I was right near it. Way back. In fact, that was in 82 when I went through. That was the same time, 82, I went and I ended up in LA. Drove from Boston to LA in the old Toyota I had. It was something to do once. Drive 6,000, like 6,500, I don't know how many miles. Over 6,000 to Boston to LA to and back driving. So Haley moved to, she said, well, it's a big city, I don't like it. I don't want her in Portland, but far be it for me to tell anybody what to do. So I don't think we can count, and even if you're, okay, I'm very slightly conservative, very, very slightly from a test. And I was going to talk about this a little bit. In the late 80s, I took a computer test. It was kind of a game. They were predicting one of those presidential elections, 88, I'm not sure. I think so. But I took a test about that time. I was only like 52% out of 100 conservative. In other words, I was very slightly conservative. Really hardly at all. 52% out of 100. And the reason was they had 3 categories, and I was conservative, and liberal. In workers, I was considered liberal because I was for the workers and for unions, and they considered that liberal. So that was a high liberal score, and it brought down the too high conservative scores. Like, I guess economy was another one. This was a very long time ago. If you're not interested, I'll change topics. But I was thinking about this today. But if you're liberal or middle of the road, we're not going to get. It's no good with no elections. Like someone indicated today on Twitter, if you're for the cheating when your guy wins, well, it's eventually going to be cheating, and your guy is not going to win. So it's no good for anybody. But they said 75% are unhappy with Biden. So that means that like half of liberals, Democrats, what you will, are unhappy with Biden. He's just a joke. I don't even know how 25% are happy with him. That's probably a fake. I think it's more like 2.5%, not 25%, are happy with Biden. So, I don't know. One of my teeth is bothering me, but yesterday too were. But I think it's from the spike proteins. I think it's from, it's complicated. If someone gets a shot and they contaminate me, they won't make my teeth hurt. But hello, Lorenz. Oh, welcome back, Lorenzify. You're on the right? Yeah. I'm just a little on the right, but it doesn't really matter. If you're 52%, you're considered you're just about considered a right-wing extremist, even if you're 52% out of 100. Yeah, how are you doing? Lauren, we were talking about, well, I have a story, but I don't see Buck in here. He requested a story or research. We'll get to it if he shows up. So I was talking about the fake recall election in California, which even if people like Newsom, you're not going to like it that you can't ever vote again and have it count. And that's pretty much where we are now. I'm getting more serious health problems, apparently, from people who have shots. And they're generating and exuding spike proteins. And I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I haven't worn a mask for 2 years. I might have to start wearing a mask. But I've got a real big, I don't got the N19 mask. I've got a nasty farmer's mask. I tweeted it a long time ago, but it's not available right now for the picture. It's like when you spray pesticides, and it's like a great big insect mask, one of those deals. And I don't want to start wearing it. I might have to because of the vaccinated. You're a free thinker? Okay. I'm going to be unhappy if Buck doesn't show up this broadcast because the story is all in my head, and I'm not, if I wait many days, I'm not going to remember it exactly. I'll tell you what he requested. I kept talking about 25-25. I put it in the title here, I think. I couldn't get on the first time, though. So he said he wants to know about, I was talking about remote viewing. He wants to know about 25-25. So I did a remote view exercise on the year 25-25. And I created kind of a story. Okay, I think Lorenzify left, so I don't have to go into more detail for her. If she's here, she could maybe put up a 1 or an A or something. But I will call this one possible future, kind of protect myself. But 500 years from now, what is the Earth going to be like? And it's a lot different. But it's not what people might think. Buck isn't here. Let me give a couple of details to Edgar Allan Poe here. There was some kind of major changes to the moon and to the Pacific, and I don't know what exactly it was. But there's plenty of people on the Earth 500 plus years from now, but it's down to under 3 billion. And I'm going to stop there. I'll give some details only, those details. If Buck comes in, we'll tell him, but I haven't seen him all day. 6 months ago, a story I told, I repeated Richard Allgeier's story, which what he did was, and I adjusted the story some because of my memory and also tried to make it a little bit better. But I gave him a plug, Richard Allgeier on Rents, so that I gave him credit for the basic story. This is my story, this one, if I tell it today. But just the overview of Richard Allgeier's story was around 11 million years ago, and people or humanoids had a resort on a moon of Jupiter. And they got stranded and eventually died. It was for the very, very rich of the solar system. I don't know what was going on in the solar system. And but I added the fact that, I'm not sure even what Richard Allgeier said, but I added the fact that the asteroid belt is a exploded planet. So I kind of made it that they blew that up, and then it was a war, and then the people on the very, very rich resort on a moon of Jupiter got stranded. After the war, they couldn't get off and didn't have natural resources. So that was kind of a good story. I'm not sure how much I embellished it now and how much he gave details, but I gave him credit for, Richard Allgeier gave him credit for the basic story, which he said they did by remote viewing. In other words, psychically looking in the past and telling the story. So Buck was saying do 25-25. So I did that, and I came up with a story of a possible future. And if he comes in later, we can tell the story. I mean, I don't know if he is. I hope he shows up later. If I have to wait too many days, I'm not going to remember all the details as well. I don't have anything written down. I don't want to write it down. Okay, that other stuff is done. Okay, here's Buck. Okay, I got your story. You requested the story of, let's pull you in. It's rotating. Okay, I see you there. You requested 25-25. What would the world be like? So I've got it for you. And I would have liked more people. Are you still here, Alan? I hope you didn't leave. I'm afraid Alan might have left. Well, you're going to hear the story yourself. It'll be on YouTube. The disclaimer is this is a possible future. Thanks for the invite. Maybe someone else will come in while I'm talking. This is one possible future, and it's 500 years or more. I'm not sure if it's 25-25 exactly. It's at least 500 years from now, and I took a look. and I came up with some things. I wish Alan Poe had waited. Okay. Now it says one person. This is so screwed up. Okay. Maybe I'll tell half the story. The moon is different. The moon is angular. I don't know what happened. It doesn't look right. The Pacific had a tremendous explosion. If you go a few hundred miles west, thanks for the 50. I'm just drinking water and I'm choking. I've got a drinking problem. So at least 200 or 300 miles. If you go to South America, the middle of South America, and go west, at least a few hundred miles. At some point between now and then, a terrific explosion occurred in the Pacific. And I don't know whether it was a supervolcano, man-made, a large meteor hitting the Earth. How many minutes do you have, Buck? I could give a 3-minute version, maybe. Unsure. Oh, right, okay. I'll continue talking. Right. If man did it with a matter-antimatter explosion, a large nuclear explosion, it wasn't a small nuclear explosion. Now, the meteor can create a nuclear explosion. I did in college astronomy class, I did a paper. A bus-sized vehicle going fast, a bus-sized, not vehicle, meteor hitting the Earth can turn nuclear. And I'll get back to that if you want. But I don't know what happened. Pacific Ocean had a tremendous explosion. But there's almost 3 billion people on the Earth. And the continents seem mainly the same. Not exactly. And this is 500 or more years from now that I focused in on. Now, there are 3 settlements, A, B, and C, I'm going to call them, of people, of the population. And there's no racial aspect. In other words, Tokyo is a huge city now. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, is a huge city. There's different races generally. The races are not correlated to any of the settlements. In other words, it's a mixture all the way up and down. C is not a settlement. There are wild people, bands of wild people around the Earth. This is what I call C. Subsistence, I don't know what they're doing, because it seems like a lot of animals are gone. And another funny thing, settlement type A, B, and C do not interact with each other. They interact with other settlements of their kind, but not with each other or trade to any extent. I don't really understand that. Settlement B is like farm communities, agrarian, one-story buildings for the most part, small agrarian, again scattered, different races of people. I saw Cam this morning. I talked to him. Let's not go into detail. I don't want to tell YouNow anything, obviously. He is not, his account is banned, his main account, or his last account. I'm going to keep in touch with him, though. I'm trying to keep in touch with Robert and everybody else. Jojo has not been coming in. Not a big surprise. Settlement B is agrarian. Not high technology, but something's funny about it. They're mostly farming. They do not trade with Settlement A. I feel like I got a minute and a half. Settlement A are huge cities, futuristic cities, scattered around the Earth. A settlements, I call them. There's huge skyscrapers. They're more vertical than horizontal. The huge size skyscrapers, 400 to 500 story buildings. And they have high technology. They have more technology than we know now. They have advanced energy technology. I didn't look to see what kind it might be. They communicate with each other. The other, hello, Davina. And I want to finish the story. In 500 years hence, the A settlements, the advanced, now the B settlements are the happier people, the farming communities, which don't interact with A or C. C is wild people, wild men and women, barbaric. A has internet. Most people in the world, 2.7 billion or so, 2.8 billion, 500 plus years from now, one possible future. The big cities communicate with each other. Like I said, huge cities, superstructures. There is an internet. Most people on the earth are not on the internet. It's not like today. I think if I would say Biden is a bitch, I would be off the internet. I wouldn't be able to go on. But a lot of the people in the big cities are not on it either. But none of the other people are. B settlements and Class C settlements, they're not on the internet. How the internet works, this is most of the story now, Buck. Like a little cosmetic mirror a woman might use in some guys, but it's just a mirror and it's round. My mother had one. Much love for my, yes, thank you. I like your little thingy there. Oh, look at Michael Kingsbury on Twitter. We'll get to that in a minute. He's a filmmaker. Celtic films, whatever. The A class, they have this little mirror device. I think there's an on-off switch and that's all. And they use it on their internet, which is not like ours today, but because I asked the question and that's what I came up with. Yeah, go ahead, Buck. You have to go. We can talk a little more another time about it. Well, yeah, we might come back though. You might come back as a king or something. I don't know. With a whip. Nope. Well, you requested I look. Maybe you were joking. You requested I look at that time. So this is what I came up. Thanks for 120 likes. This is what I came up with. One possible future. I don't think I'll be here either, but and the countries are all different. I don't know. I didn't even look. If they even have them. Smashed. Different. Well, if you have children, you may have descendants. I mean, assuming that some of your lineage survives the cataclysm, whatever the hell happens. Clearly, with our population going up, when you get down to 2.8 billion, a lot of people have disappeared. You want to adopt together. Were you a Catholic? A lot of people in Mexico were Catholic. I was thinking of adopting. I didn't tell you the story. I was brought up a Catholic. Now I'm a Christian. Not a Protestant per se, but certainly not Catholic. I guess I am a Protestant. When I was 40, I moved to Iowa. I was just 39, 40. The Catholic Church had a program. I actually thought of adopting. And I looked at the Catholic Church and it said, if you're 40, you're too old. If you're two gay men or gay women, fine. If you're 40 years old, it's too old. Forget it. I just turned 40. I said to the Catholic Church then, forget it. They also kicked me out of the Mass. Well, it wasn't a Mass. I got kicked out of a church, too. Jerks. Yeah. I guess. I have no children, no grandchildren. It's a mixed blessing at best, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so they turn on just reading the Bible, the son hates the father, the mother-in-law hates the daughter-in-law. I was reading a passage. You don't? Oh, I thought you had. Okay, you mentioned kids once. You were kidding. I didn't know. You have stepchildren? I see. Okay. Is he over 21? Some priests are greater than Catholic. I've really liked a couple of priests. I never encountered those, you know, the pedophile priests. That's all they talk about. I've never encountered them. See, myself. And I did like, I've talked to Irish priests, Polish priests. I used to like some priests. Oh, here is Robert. You missed the story. Maybe I'll have to tell it again. I'm going to try to bring you up. I'm not real well, but I'm going. I'm still going. Okay, I couldn't bring you up. Davina is here from Ireland, one of my favorite places, but I haven't been there. Buck is leaving, I think. To live with him. Okay, I'm missing a comment. You're going to live with who? Your dad. Okay, that's what I would have guessed. Has he had any improvement? Okay, we're on YouTube, so let me just check real fast. Maybe you were on YouTube, Robert. Let me check real fast. I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this on YouTube because I didn't do any music. Give me a few seconds. I can't push the buttons. I can't push it. My channel. All right. I'm looking at the chat right now. There's no one in the chat. Let me shut it. No one is in the chat. It's lovely to know. I've been through Bakersfield. Slowly getting better. I hope so. 8. Okay, Mr. Talent came in. I bet you were in Sam's. We've got Robert in here, which is a rare but nice thing. And Nick. Okay, who is Nick? Am I missing stuff? Oh, I see, you meant Buck. All right, don't retype it. Davina is still here. Quickly, Robert, you asked how I am. I'm getting worse sick from vaccinated people. They're making me worse sick, which we had a long talk about this before. They're walking death machines, I think. I'm sorry if you had shots, but the people with shots are walking death machines. And let's not get into, we can get into that later. You go through there. Oh, I've got 4 people in here. I might tell, okay, Robert, I might tell the story again. Yeah, the smiley. So she, if not, it's on YouTube anyway. This will be, you don't know this, Robert. Everything can be simulcast on my YouTube. And I can't go live on YouTube still, but I can if I'm simulcast. But if I play music, oh yeah, I think you said you didn't want to get me into trouble. You know some of it. If I play music, they get upset. They sent me one warning already. I did get a warning on the Van Morrison, which I thought I broke it up. I thought I was playing 10 seconds and then I played 10 seconds half an hour later, but they caught it and warned me. So that's why there's no music right now. It's not in you anything. And I did get in on the end of Sam. It was very annoying to me. Sam stuff is very annoying now. Which facts are offered? There's Pfizer, Moderna. There's at least 3 of them. I'm not getting them, of course. It's a buffet. Yeah, Buck might know better than me. Yeah, but as I said, being simuled on YouTube, I can't. And okay, I think get both shots of all. Yeah, right. I'll show you the tweet I put up. I thought it was funny because Mike Rivero said today. Okay, this is not it. I've got to go to my homepage. Mike Rivera said 1,700 people got bald from the shot. So to Buck, Robert, Davina, Robert may have left. So I said, hearing now that if I get a shot, I may get bald. So I have pre-existing conditions that might kill me in 3 weeks, but at least I could go out happy. So I put that on there. It's a play on words. Yeah. I knew you were still. I don't think Robert is. I'm glad to see him come in, though. Robert is still my number one. He's Dr. McCoy to the left. Buck is a close second. In actuality, Cam was second, but what a stupid look on my face there on that segment. Did anyone get charged? Yes, they have. At least in okay. In Canada, an American couple. Okay, I'm going to try to remember the stories. I think an American couple got fined $5,000 in Canada, but something happened. Something happened a couple other places. Somebody issued a warning. The idiots in the U.S., of course, issued a warning saying it's a federal law. You could get 5 years in prison for making a fake. It's bullshit. You're making a fake document. What the heck? Okay, you think he had a false one? I saw him on, I said, hi, I said, Chernobog is back. I saw him on Sam's thing at the beginning. You believe he had a fake document? Am I reading that right? And I think Robert kicked out, but he gave me some useful information. I put him back on Instagram, so they think he has a fake document. Okay, we'll leave that there. So I decided I would not try to get a fake document. I was thinking of doing that, and I'm not going to do it. So it's for the record or whatever. Since World War II, Germany has not had much freedom, in my opinion. When the Berlin Wall came down, I was listening on shortwave. Did I tell you this yet? I mentioned it on here. I was listening to the shortwave when the Berlin Wall was coming down. What was it, late 80s? And a fellow there said, it's like your 1976 200-year anniversary of the Independence Day. He said that's what it was like, the celebration. And people were collecting pieces of the wall for souvenirs or reported pieces of concrete of the wall. But I know that they tell one version of World War II in like Peace Man, okay, Buck, take care. And I did tell the whole story to Buck, but I won't. I have to tell Mr. Talent, some of my YouTubes they aren't private, but they're unlisted. If for various reasons. If you can't see them from these broadcasts, if I link it to you somehow, you can see them. I don't know if I can do it right now. In other words, if you go to my page, YouTube, and you don't see some of them, if I do the link, you can then get to them. That's not unlisted, but no, wait, not the private ones, but the unlisted ones. You might need a link, if I'm making sense. I can make links, but I'm not sure how to do it. Like I could put one on, I could try to put one on right now, but it's maybe hard to get the exact. I can link to that dog is barking. I can link to YouTube, but it has to be to that. particular broadcast. See what I mean? I don't know if I can do it now, but and they hit me on one of their they hit me already on one of their copyright infringements. So that's what I have to try to take steps. Trixie came in. I think you gained a level. People are coming in and out. You missed the story. This broadcast will be up on YouTube, so it'll have the story in there. Okay, someone liked it. I think Robert may have liked it. See, I'm the same person on same name on YouTube. I'm the same name everywhere. Yeah, but okay, I only did that once, and then, but see, I don't know how this works. There's one, is it made for kids or not? But then there's an advanced setting, over 18. So I only did the over 18 once. I think if I say not for kids, you can get there. If you have trouble with that, let me know. And then the unlisted ones, I might have to link them. I don't think I can figure it out right now. I gotta get the whole exact, like, let me start to type it in now. See if I can look up one of the unlisted ones, which was done for my protection. And sorry, Trixie and my Irish friend Davina, I'm probably trying to do too much right now. And let's try to see one of the. In other words, I'll show you an unlisted one, which is not age restricted, other than saying not for children. My channel, videos. Okay. And I don't even know. They don't tell me when it's unlisted. I have trouble sometimes myself getting to the unlisted ones. And I don't remember offhand. Sorry about this. I don't remember offhand which is. Let me check this one. If it's unlisted. Shoot. It doesn't even tell me. This is what I mean. It's so hard to navigate all social media now. They all used to be easier. They're all different. They've all changed. This is public. I don't want that. I want to do, see, they have 3 categories: public, unlisted, and, boy, they might not let me get to it either without. I have to go to edit and then look at it. Nope, I'm not finding an unlisted. Okay, Mr. Talent, we'll keep at it. We'll try to figure it all out to get you access to as much as possible. Thanks for 20 points and likes. They're going to change that. They're going to change stuff here. I don't know what they're going to do next. Okay, YouTube. They may have put in a further restriction, not to my knowledge. So it's another problem. See, Leo on here, I think he was underage. I mean, I knew he was I thought he was 14 or 15. And he might have been 12. That was a whole nother thing. But he's gone. Let me just block this for a minute. And I think we have Trixie. Okay. What story? A buck requested a story. And it's on this broadcast. You could probably watch it even now. It's earlier in the broadcast or later. At 25:25, I gave a possible future world, possible timeline. Let me just finish typing this in. This is my YouTube, but it's not a particular. As I said, every social media was different, and they've all been changed over the years. They were all better for me. And then they made changes continuously. I learned changes. It was frequently unfavorable changes, in my opinion. That's just the way it is. What is this? Davina became my fan. Yeah, thanks. Very delayed. Yeah, and I don't want Mr. Talent to send his passport. Thank you for the 2 likes, Trixie. So, if possible, remove that. Possible future timeline. A possible future for the Earth. 500 plus years. I thought the story was pretty good. I don't know how valid it is. I mean, I think there's some validity to it. It's not something I do often, future remote viewing. And, okay. Let's see who's, I think Trixie and Davina are still here. Robert is definitely gone. He did give me some important information. His father had COVID, and then he recovered, but not completely. So it was all about that stuff. That's enough said. Robert is, a lot younger than I am. And I've been on an hour this time. The noon was a bust. Noon, I came on 15 minutes twice. Something happened. I came on twice. That was a total bust. Opa came in twice. Gave me 1 or 2 likes. That was all I had for activity for half an hour or better. This morning, Jeff and the self-identified Brazilian were in for over 2 hours. That wasn't bad. Go ahead with a comment or a topic or whatever you want to say. I think 2 young ladies are still here. Oh, warm-ups came in. I didn't see you come in. So warm-ups might be in here. If you want to hear Buck's requested story, it'll be on YouTube earlier in this broadcast, about halfway through, half an hour ago at this point. So I see warm-ups came in. You want me to guest you for a short time warm-ups? Maybe you've left. It doesn't usually tell me who's coming in the chat. It should, but it usually doesn't. Like Trixie came in and told me. Warm-ups came in that did not tell me. So, yeah, if, like Mr. Talent said, if it age restricted me, I don't know how I can lift that. If they did it, it's probably permanent on a particular video. Okay, I'm not sure who's here right now. Trixie's still here. I caught you. Ben the Sage kept pulling me in. He pulled me in about 7 times. But, okay, that's okay. I was not feeling good last night. Again. You don't have to go into it. I'm about average right now. I'm not bad for 10 minutes of 6. I was awake at a minute to 3 from these people. Just subscribe. Okay, you'll be 101. Do you have an active channel? You know, I've had some good people from Ireland this year. Like 5 or 6 even. In fact, one was a well, how should I say? One was kind of a freedom fighter, but he hasn't come back, which is maybe not such a bad thing. He was connected to the IRA, so then that can complicate. I'm laughing. It can complicate things for me and for him because I'm being watched a lot. I'm considered a threat by some fools in the upper echelons. I don't know. Okay, you don't put content out. I probably won't sub to you then, because a year from now I might look at it and I might say, what was this person putting up that I wanted to sub to, and I don't see anything. I saw Pat on YouTube. Pat was an old friend. He got mad at me. Pat was on here years ago from Pennsylvania. I just saw he put up something 7 months ago. He had been inactive. I left a comment for him. He was live sometimes. He was fooling around and spilled some water or soda. And I don't know, it was something funny happened, and I was just laughing and laughing. It made me feel good, but it made him mad. And then he didn't hardly talk to me after that. It was too bad. I don't know. So I see he was on YouTube lately. Bradford, I know here. He was on YouTube. I'm still in touch with him, Bradford Blair. Oh, let's see if what's going on my live thing. And I don't use OBS. I could use OBS. It's another level of complication. Okay, I'm looking at this stream just in case someone came in YouTube. What I know here. I think Robert liked it up. There's no one in there now. Let's just check. It says I've got 48,500 views. I'm doing better than that, but boy, it's not even listing my subs right now. I'm gonna see if I was 101. Hello, Miggy. Okay, you're back. You're sorry. I'm glad you're back. I'm not sorry you're back. The Buck and Robert were fooling with each other. They probably met matches in each other. Okay, Pat LK. I'm trying to see if it's telling me I got 101 and I can't even. Oh, there it is, 101. Okay, thank you. That's a new high. It's kind of sad. I've done close to 300 videos and I've got. Cameron did 0 videos. He's got 200 subs. He was kicked off of here, though. I said, Cameron, you've got twice as many subs as me, and you got 0 videos. I've got 300 videos. Me in chat. Okay, you're in chat. Okay, yeah, talk here. I closed it. But I saw you boosted me to a new high. But they did lousy stuff to me on YouTube, too. Cameron said on an email today, he said we should have our new streaming service. This has been in discussion for years. Social media, it's very hard. Some people start new social media, and it's hard to break in and make really viable social media. This is just water. This is kind of an antique cup. See, I forget what the name is. It's kind of frosted. See, and it's like those crock pots. See, it's got the nice dark brown, and it's frosted. It's actually antique. Might be worth $10. It's not worth it, but it's a nice cup. I learned. Maybe I'll segue into that a little bit. We've got 3 people watching. Oh yeah, Dwayne came in. Dwayne's been stopped in before. The three brothers up in Iowa were antique people. Oh, let's not even get into it. Unfortunately, on YouNow, it's like everybody, you lose everybody over time, like from year to year even. Hey, I ain't no problem. I'm not saying you're stalking. Saying you stopped stopped. I might not be enunciating right. You stopped in before. Uh, what happens on YouNow? Oh, okay, sure. Uh, like every year, I lose all my people from practically all of them year to year. Yeah, he's kind of stuck. It's okay. I saw him. It's all right. Good guys can stalk me. It's the bad guys stalking. I feel them. I feel their hate a lot. I know who they are even sometimes. They either turn to the dark side, all of a sudden they're with the baddies. They're not talking to me. They're criticizing me. They turn to the baddies. That's rare. Uh, and some of them were always on the dark side. I just didn't know it. But usually my people, my friends, just leave. They don't. The stuff going on, they just leave from year to year here. That's what happens. On Twitter, it's entirely different. In Twitter, you actually see people die that are on there. At least 3 or 4 times I've seen it. It's so long, so many years, and I have old friends there. They actually pass away in real life. Well, we had 2 people die here in 4 weeks, sadly. I can't ever remember that happening like that fast. 2 people, and I didn't really know them. On Twitter, okay, the one before last, he was an old guy, an old guy. And I said, well, let me show you Twitter's so big, I can't keep up with it, obviously, very well. What's the matter here? I don't want to tweet. What's stupid about Twitter now? Come on, let me go to the home page. Okay. See, I've got a large Twitter account for people who don't know me. I'm going to share it. Give me a couple of seconds. See, I still got 108,000 followers. That's a big account. Oh, Trixie asked me how I got it. I made up a story. Buck didn't like the story. I made up a fictitious story about Joe Biden. But that wasn't a true story. The one before last, there was an old guy I was going to unfollow. He hadn't done anything in like 5 years. I mean old, like 80. And I looked him up and he had died. Old. So you get stuff like that. What? That's a long story, and I have to explain me, and probably not enough time, and probably boring. We're in deep shit is why, really, the quick answer. We really are. I said that, remember the corn pop story with Biden? Yes, we are. The corn pop story with Biden. I claimed I came along after corn pop unfortunately let the guy go, but I didn't let Joe Biden go, and I pushed him into the mud pile. This is made up, from 50 years ago. I'm just making it up. So Biden got away from corn pop, Kellogg's corn pop trademark. And I pushed Biden in the mud and said, if you don't give me 131,000 Twitter account in 40 years, I'm going to push you in the mud pile again. He said, yes, master. Yeah, I'm going to give. So then 10 years ago, it was just a made up story. But Buck was warning me. Okay, you know Davina. Oh, thought you knew each other. No, I worked real hard. Like a dummy. So, okay, survival mode. And feel free to fan each other. Um, yeah, yeah. I put up real news. See, India and Japan. There's a meeting now with. Now, how can Biden meet with anybody? He literally can't tie his own shoelaces. But he's meeting with Boris Johnson and the Australian minister about some kind of nuclear deal. The guy isn't all there. It's whoever's. I don't know. You know, if we could find out who's on the trip with him, we'd know more. Because I bet a higher level person behind the scenes is on the trip to keep him in line. So maybe we can research that. Who went on the plane with him? No, I don't think. No, I don't think so. Who said that? I did not go to any of these. I thought of going to the Malvern situation way back. I'm glad I didn't go to any of these things. I'd be rotting in jail. You can't even protest in the United States. They'll throw you right in jail even when you don't do anything wrong. Unless you're with BLM, then that's okay. As long as you only burn down 2 or 3 buildings. I got disgusted with BLM because if a black police captain in St. Louis here was murdered. I tweeted about it several times. At the beginning of the BLM so-called riots in Antifa, a 77-year-old black police captain, he was a security guard. I have to say he's black because, 4 black guys killed him. And I was security guard in my past. I was disgusted. Buck said it. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to have riots and not have masks as long as you're rioting for something like the brown shirts. Buck was kidding. Buck kids about stuff. See, I thought he had kids, and now he said no, just adopted kids or whatever, stepchildren or adopted. So I did not go to any of these things. I'm glad I didn't. He's not 71. We're not sure how old he was. The latest is we think he's 50. I'm in my 60s. Sorry. I'm dead or I'm in my 60s, so I'm not dead yet. As you got 2 choices. He had a birthday a week or 2 ago, and Pink was in. And it was a decade supposedly. And then he came and said he was 50, but I don't know if he was 50. I don't think he's my age. Yeah, these guys are bastard. And then they pick up the Proud Boys. They'll pick up an Hispanic or a black Proud Boy and say they're white supremacists and throw them in prison. And the other side, they let them go, typically. Yeah, oh, it's disgusting. So I didn't get in on any of it, but I've been, this Twitter is 12 and a half years old. I've been in on the fights. The first year I didn't do so much political. Somebody, these stupid people now that tell me they're not in politics. If I have to get a shot somewhere, I better know what the damn politics is because it could mean my life, literally. That's why I have to follow it. People are silly. Dwayne, thank you for the 12 likes. But I kept segueing. Let's try to back up a little bit. I played 25-25. Let's just play the few notes so I don't break the copyright. Because I did the story. Just bear with me. I'll bring it up. Sager, Evans. But just play the title part of it. Okay, they got an ad. Gotta wait for the ad 3 seconds. U.S. Bank. I quit U.S. Bank. In the year 2525. Okay, that's the song. And that's what inspired Buck to ask me to do remote viewing story. About 500 plus years from now, what will the Earth look like? And I did it half an hour, 40 minutes ago. Buck didn't know that song, and I figured he's not as old as I am, because I can't imagine that the people wouldn't have remembered that song. Vanderlei came in. Hi. It's not now known today, but we certainly knew that song when I was 10 when it came out. So I figured Buck was younger than me. And then he was saying he hit a zero. He seemed to be saying he was 50. So I think he's 50. See, if he was 60, he would, or more, he probably would have known that song. Unless he was lying. But, I just said, you know this one? And he said, no. So I don't think he's old enough to know the song. Yeah. Yeah, I have ways to determine. And plus, I can remote view. My Muslim brother says, no, you can't. No. I said, I can look through space and time. No, you can't. I don't believe you. I said, okay. I don't care anymore. I did it with Robert. I did it with a few people. I did it with 3 people on here lately. And they said, yeah, I was pretty accurate. I looked, and I'm getting better. I looked to see something going on with them from thousands of miles away. And they said, yeah, that's right. So if my Muslim brother doesn't want, I don't care. It's okay with me, including Robert. Robert was very impressed. I came up with something. If he was still in here, he would tell you. You can ask him the next time. This is 2525. That's what prompted the request. Let's just show. I can't play it because I'm on YouTube and I'll break their copyright. I think I could play the first few seconds. If they say I can't, that's not correct. This is the civilization. This is Metropolis. They're playing the Metropolis movie, which I had on video cassette, and I loaned it to someone, and it's been gone 35 years. This is a 1936 Berlin-produced sci-fi movie. It has English subtitles, no sound. It was what my mother yelled at me. I used to call it a talkie. Like my dad would reverse things. It was silent, and I'd call it a talkie, and my mother would. In other words, a silent picture I'd call a talkie. And it was supposed to be after the silent pictures, and so my mother would yell at me. I don't know if you're following any of that, but it's different. So this was a silent movie from 1936. And yeah, not at all okay. My father was very smart, but sometimes he'd mix in the Lithuanian words a little bit. He grew up with his family, so he was born in U.S., but some of his family wasn't, and he learned Lithuanian growing up to speak Lithuanian, and so his English would sometimes have a little weird, different, okay, once in a while a word would be funny. Like, I'll give you an example. Not a lot of them, but I'll give you an example. Lentils, is a vegetable. And the Lithuanians used to grow them. I don't know if it was a staple. I asked Aunt Laura about it. I thought Aunt Laura was fibbing, though, which she saw in my eyes. But then she picked on me later, and I didn't talk to her then and stuff. But never mind, Aunt Laura. Aunt Laura was going to be named Dracula. And so the Irish priest in the U.S. baptized her, and he didn't know that word. So he said, the Irish priest said, I'm going to call you Laura. It was too bad. Be right back. Dad said lentillin, in case Trixie was hurrying away. So I'm not sure who's here now. Davina is here. Maybe just Davina. Give me a 1 or an A or something if you're in here. I think we just got Davina. If even you. And I'll tell you about Michael Kingsbury. If you're still here, Davina. Okay, I don't see anyone here. Trixie will be right back. Let's shut that tab. Okay, I'm feeling a little better again. Let's go to this Angie is pretty smart. She's exactly right. It's not a constitutional republic anymore. And then there's an ad. Let's try to go back to my list. Because, okay, Davina, I can't tell you. What's this creature? Oh, her monkey. This woman on here I know has a monkey. Tanny came in. One viewer just left. And Trixie is be right back, hopefully. This is one person I know slightly, Cassandra on Twitter. It just got a pet monkey. It's kind of cute, a baby monkey. There it is. See the little hands? Isn't it cute? I have to put cute animal pictures up, because I go between horrendous political news, and then I put up, okay, I think Tanny left. What do I got for bars? Let's see if Trixie can be guested. I couldn't wait. I gave her 200. That was good. I gave her 150. She'll be surprised. That also helps. It goes into my chest. We're over 5K. And helps me move up on guys. And no one's in here right now. So what do I want to do? Let's look at other stuff on YouNow. How does my bars look? I mean my 72.16, and I'll pick up 0.1. I'll still be over 72. Too bad. I'm going to block the camera again. I think no one is here. I'll keep talking. It's 6:12. I'm going to check out rents tonight. And what I'm doing is rubbing 100 times. Drop of the oregano oil. And I don't need to be showing it on camera. Let's check. I want to check YouTube. Is anyone in YouTube, I wonder? Why is this show? Oh. Okay, Trixie is not going to be back. Why isn't Pink in? Trixie is watching someone else, as is Pink. Let's go to my YouTube then. Now a different tooth is hurting. That's what the oregano does. It deactivates the pain, but then it activates nerve endings in a different place. Let's go to YouTube. We don't want the music to come up.
Since I started new, I've left.
They always shift. I try to push the button and they shift. I'm live. Let's see. This is hurting. But D said hello. Are you still there, D? Why is my head going funny? Why is Pink watching other people? Why is my head going? D was in. Let's just say hi, D. don't know who DM is. Is it Davina? Oh, it was Davina, right? I'm pretty sure. Let's double check. It doesn't let me go to her thingy. See, YouTube again, it's also hard to. Jenna and Andrew. What the heck is this? Oh, it's 5 years ago. It's two girls kissing, I guess, on YouNow. See, DM, it doesn't let me go there. It's not telling me, it's not giving me this new sub yet. Darn it. Let's just shut it. No one's there right now. A lot of people came in though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 gave likes, not counting me, and a few others. At least 3 others. At least 11 people in. Maybe I'll break the broadcast because Trixie is watching elsewhere. Who else is on now? I got a very low. I got 1/6 of a prop from Sam, but that's something. And he had a small chest. He had $1.50 people. I was on here. It's to be expected. I will listen to rents at the top of the following hour. Okay, the monkey. Let's go back. Nicki Minaj challenges the mandate. Well, that's good then. Let's see what she says.
Oh, he's fine. It's Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend's testicles who are swollen from taking the vax. That's the claim. But it's not anything to do with the physical effect of the vaccine that makes our political class mad. It's the last part of Nicki Minaj's tweet that enrages them. The part where she says you should pray on it, make the decision yourself, like a free human being, and, quote, don't be bullied. So our media and public health officials didn't like this because they make their livings bullying.
Yeah, he's right there. He's not always right, but he's right there. Why was I getting weird feelings and what's going on right now? Why is Pink and Trixie deserting me? Tom Gardner never stopped in once. I don't expect him to come in. New message. Oh, here's Oprah. I can't guess you. Did you leave? I think I can't play reggae anyway. This is copyright. I think you left, Oprah. Give me a 1 or an A or something if you're still here. I don't think you are. 2 ways I don't see you. So, does anyone see? Leak Zoom call. North Carolina health officials are plotting. Remdesivir. Oh, wow, look at this. That's so cute. I think I'm going to try to send it to. I'm going to try to send this to Sophie. How do I do it? I have to think. It's at S0BHZ. Okay, it didn't do the O. S0BHZ. Is it 0 or O? No. O. Okay, got her. Nice. I'm sending Sophie, used to be on here, tweeting. Hello? Yeah, hi, Harmer. How about this one? How about the monkey, baby monkey? I sent it to Sophie. Okay, yeah, okay. Young and L.I. Is it on YouTube? But that's Cassandra. She got a baby monkey. She explained what happened. The mother sometimes rejects the baby. So then she has to feed it from a bottle, milk from a bottle. Who's hating on me now? And I sent it to Sophie. Sophie usually just likes she likes alpaca and llama video. Sophie was used to be on here. Here's the mic here. I got a terrible bump here. I have no toupee. Why are you picking on me? And then JoJo said, we didn't notice the bump. Yeah, well, you asked me why I got it on. And owie, it's a defect. My face, 2 days ago, something happened to my face, and it's not symmetrical anymore. I got a little bit of Bell's palsy or something. From some person got a shot and contaminated me, and something happened to my face. It's not serious. In fact, it's I barely see it, but I noticed it was not synchronous. My face has gotten old. I've gotten lines, but then all of a sudden, one side is not congruous to the other one. I think it happened 2 days ago. The vaccine shed from, I think, this lady here. Boy, I was mad. I haven't drunk tequila in years. I had a shot of rum in the last week on here, and then about a month ago, I had several shots one night. Yeah, I gave you 150, Trixie. I was pushing the button fast. And I don't know why Pink isn't in. Well, she's watching someone more popular. That's understandable. And Harmer, I put up the 25-25 story. It's on this. This will be public. No restrictions. I might remove the kids. I said not made for kids. I might even try to uncheck that because Mr. Talent was complaining he can't see some of my YouTubes. So this will be on YouTube. And at the half an hour in, I told the story for Buck. So people can go look at it. I think we lost the two level 7s came in all of a sudden. I think they're gone. Where was L from? U.S. Oh, they say they're both from the U.S. I don't know them. 45 it says, but I don't know the digits. I am not even 10% to the next level. I am maybe 6% to the only 6. I gave him $630. Plus, I've been on here almost 9 years. I was trying to figure out. I think for 3,000 I could buy level 100 U.S. bucks, and then I think it'd be at least another 4,000 or 5,000 to buy level 140. Maybe a lot more than that. It costs a lot to do that. Yeah. Pink has first priority on the next chest. It might be Sunday. What happened? What do I got in there? I broke 5,000. I want it to be at least 10, and I want Pink to be in. And preferably Sundays, but that's not a requisite. And Buck got 4 out of the last. He talked me into doing it. He got 4. He did pretty good. Wasn't that big of a chest. I don't have big chests. I don't get. Thanks for the 50, Trixie. And I like you still have your green and orange here. Emma McCann lately has had her blue and red here. But I'm not certain if she didn't switch. See, she switched out of that to one color. Don't ask me all that she did. Emma McCann. She's a talented musician. She performs. She travels around different countries and performs. She's quite talented. In her late 20s, maybe? No, mid-late 20s anyway. But so she's got back to the red and blue hair split. But I'm not sure that she didn't swap it. I have dyslexia. I'd hardly be able to tell anyway. She might have switched, left. Say left was red and right's blue, and she might have switched it over for left blue and right red. I can't. I'm not going to ask her either. Okay, this was this little monkey, baby monkey. It's so cute. I sent it to Sophie. My dad and his twin had a monkey before I was born. Long time, in the Depression. Their older brother, Jim, was in the Merchant Marines. I don't know where he took the monkey from. He took a monkey from overseas, yeah. Bad Uncle Jim. And he gave the twin boys the monkey. And it was very, very lousy disposition. I don't know why it would be a lousy disposition. You drag it 5,000 miles from home, you lose all your friends, you put it in a cage. Of course it's going to fling its poo-poo at people. That's what happens. So I don't know much of the story because his twin died in World War II. And Dad would not talk much about anything in the past. But I could have asked Uncle Jim, I guess. But Uncle Jim went to Mecca once, But they gave the monkey to a zoo. They had trouble. They were little anyway. Uncle Jim shouldn't have done it. He was a dummy. So let's look at other tweets. But usually Sophie doesn't like it unless it's an alpaca or a llama video. Yeah. Proof of vaccination. Yeah. Apparently our associate here, Chernobog, Deutsch-speaking mainly, was arrested in Germany for having a fake health vaccine. I'm not really clear on it, but he's out. It was a couple of days, I guess. But don't record me on it. Oh, and I shouldn't have said it anyway because I'm on YouTube. Let me leave it up. I think it's public knowledge. How many bars you get a day? Yeah. At level 60, you get 70. If you do it, you have to have it every day for a week. If your power goes out, like it did for me, you have to start out. But you get 70 a day. At 20 to 60, like Palmer only gets, what do you get, 35 maybe? What do you get, Trixie, 35 a day? It's the same from level 20 to 60. Trixie may not be here, or she doesn't know. At level 100, you get 350. It's a huge jump. You get 350 a day. I would like to get that, but I was just saying, for me to buy level 100, buy enough bar, I think it would cost me at least $3,000, and I'm not going to do it. If I was, well-liked, well-treated around, it's not the case. Just some close friends. I'm getting hate on now. Someone's watching who doesn't like me. Maybe they're watching YouTube. Let's check real fast YouTube again. At level 140, you go up again. Okay, let's look at the chat on YouTube. Shut up, I'm talking delayed. I show no comments, no people in currently. 100 minutes, and I'm 101 subs. That's curious. At 140, it doubles to 700. At 180, see 40 level increments. 20, 60, 100, 140, 180. At 180, it doubles to, again, what is it, 1400. At 180, you get 1400 bars a day. Imagine that. And then I don't know at 220. I know a few people who are 200s on here, but I don't even know if I'd ask them. At 220, I don't know what happens. If it doubles again, probably doubles again, but I don't know for sure. Okay, how about other comments, people? 6:30 in Central. Chicago and Dallas, 6:30. Okay, I'm seeing this. I don't think we're free in the United States anymore. Yeah, Posabeak is right. When I see a picture of Biden, I usually think of a little child who just wet himself again. That's what he looks like. I don't know. Okay, you still here, Harmer, or just Trixie? And Pink didn't come in. I may be getting off. Pink is still watching Logan. That's her prerogative, of course, but I may be getting off, and I won't see her today. I did see Buck today, Jeff. Didn't see a bunch of other people. And I'm over 100 minutes. I was half an hour at noon, nothing. 2.1 hours plus. It might even been 2.5 hours early. So I'm well up close to 5 hours today total, which is plenty. How about another comment, people? Any comment? I'm going to miss Pink. It's okay. 3:27. I'm going to say peace out. Later, folks.